I always show this cartoon. I've been showing it for years. It's old, it's dated. These people, which were depicted as hippies, nowadays they could be anybody. Uh, it just highlights the fact that people are a bit on their guard these days when it comes to change in their communities. Sometimes, no matter what's being proposed, people are nervous about it enough to start to even oppose it before they know what's going on. If you're taking this course, there's a good chance that you're an agent for change or you're training to be one. You're going to be bringing change to your community, your organization, your company. The point of this slide is that change is hard for people. This young person is acting up because she's being asked to make some kind of change that she doesn't like. People don't like change. They like their groove, they like their area of comfort, they'd just rather not change. And as we get older, sometimes people express their discontent in different ways. Hopefully not like this, like The Simpsons, but nonetheless, regardless of the age, people, most people just don't like change.
There's plenty of resistance to change to be found in the community development system. For instance, outdated codes and standards, narrow financing conventions, people's fear of new development, and a lack of shared community vision, these things and many other things combine together to really resist transformative change in community development systems.
One of the most common challenges to collaboration that occurs in most systems and organizations is the separation of people into their own specialty silos, or as depicted here, separate puzzle pieces. Separate puzzle pieces or silos inherently protect their own interest and their own domain.
It's only when people begin to see that they're not just separate puzzle pieces, but part of a larger whole. They begin to see that they're connected to other people and that this connectedness needs to take place for visions to be implemented. It's when they see, as in a charrette, that they're part of a larger picture. That pictures like this, as drawn on a charrette, just don't remain pictures, but actually get implemented. As happened in Down City or downtown Providence, Rhode Island, during which a transformation of the city took place through a series of charrettes that broke down the silos, connected people and their puzzle pieces, and made things happen.
The NCI charrette system puts into effect a dynamic that we call collaboration by design. Design is a very important part of what we do. This process was invented by designers and planners. Here you see a picture of two different agencies in a city that are trying to work out a mutual problem. The very act of focusing on a design drawing as a negotiation tool is the core of our process. Working on over drawings, working in that way, is a very powerful dynamic that can change people's positions and get people to work together. Here are a few benefits of the NCI charrette system. Gaining support, focused on feasibility, saving time and money, reducing rework, resulting in excellent design. The result does not have to be the lowest common denominator because the best plans are made by many hands. The NCI charrette system is designed to accelerate timelines. One of the big problems with projects these days, especially in community planning, is that things take so long that by the time you get to the approvals process, the same people aren't there. The elected officials are gone, they've changed chairs, people in the community have changed. It's better to get these things done quickly with the people that are involved in the creation of the product. So when should you use a charrette? Well, you're not going to use them for every single project. It's a very specialized tool that's good for high-stakes projects, volatile yet workable political environments, meaning that people will participate in good faith, complex design problems such as transit-oriented development or green buildings, and they're very good for projects that include imminent development where a real piece of property is in play. Charrettes can be used for all scales of physical planning, all the way from the regional scale to the neighborhood, to the corridor, to the building. They are also applicable for public policy work, such as school planning, zoning codes, and community health projects. Charrettes can be used for strategic planning projects, as with the St. Mary's Food Bank in Phoenix, Arizona. NCI recently conducted a charrette process that involved all the employees, leadership, board members in the remaking of their strategic plan using the very same process that you're learning in this course. So charrettes can be applied to all types of decision-making processes that involve disparate stakeholders in large numbers. And finally, charrettes don't necessarily have to involve the public. This is what we call an in-house charrette. For example, on a LEED or green building project that already has its zoning, it may only involve the project tenants and ownership. Also, projects that have high security issues such as military and high-tech manufacturing may be the right fit for in-house charrettes.